In school, I learned a little bit of math, physics, chemistry, how to act according to other people and for the sake of other people. In uni, I learned how to make the cities prettier and sustainable because my major was in urban planning, and still no one would tell me how to plan my own life or keep myself sustainable for the years ahead of me. No one taught me that most of the things I believed to be true about myself and the rest of the world were absolute garbage, and that what I would learn from the people who didn't even know who they were themselves would be of very little impact. Now, I'm not telling you to quit school or anything like that. If you're watching this and you're young and you're looking for excuses, this is not it. This video is about the things that all of us believed to be true for most of our lives and then suddenly realize that they don't mean. But before we start, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, let's get to today's topic. The number one thing I wish I knew earlier in life is that life is a game. It's a game with clear winners and losers with no gray area in between. It's either you familiarize yourself with the rules and you follow the rules, you abide by the rules, and you make something of yourself, or you have no interest in the rules, you don't follow the rules, and you end up having a mediocre life full of sadness and failure. Life is just a spectrum with two extreme ends as far as human beings are concerned, where on the one end you'll find people who follow these rules of life religiously, no matter how hard, no matter how unfair, no matter how long, and they're the ones who end up having a great life. Whereas the people on the other end of the spectrum is just full of people who feel privileged and don't want to follow these rules while being so busy complaining, coming up with all kinds of reasons for their failures, asking for justice for their failures, and no one cares. This is a game with no compensations, no affirmative action, no special treatments whatsoever. It's the game of life. It's brutal. And it's the people who are smart enough not to demand any special treatments who go far in life. Because for these people, it doesn't matter if life has treated them fairly in the past. It doesn't matter if people believe in them or not. It doesn't matter if it's going to take them, a certain amount of time to reach their goals. They stick it out, and that's how they end up winning in life. Because sometimes life is a game of waiting. You simply wait for the things you want to have in life without losing your patience, which ends up, end up losing in life. Sometimes life is a game of observation. You simply observe. It could be that you are observing other people having or achieving the things that you want to have without having pity on yourself or feeling sorry for yourself, because you realize that it's only a matter of time before you achieve those things as well. And sometimes life is a game of difficulties. You're going to be faced with a lot of challenge and setbacks, and it's up to you whether you let these things stop you and you settle for a mediocre life, or you go through the difficulties and you end up winning. Because you have to realize that life does not have this endless reservoir of problems that's going to, continuously throw at you endlessly. At some point, life is just going to be like, okay, you won. So the second thing is that there are second chances in life. So no matter how badly you screwed up, no matter how low you think of yourself, and no matter how certain it is that you are a failure in life, it's written in the stars. No, it's not. So no matter how badly you screwed up, and no matter how much you believe in your head that you deserve to be hanged for all the wrong things that you did and for all the things that you failed at in life, there are second chances in life. See, I didn't know this. I thought that if I screwed up so bad to the point that I now hate myself and I see no way of redeeming myself, I took that as a sign to just quit, just don't bother even trying. And for the people who have done horrible things in life and are now being shunned by society and they just deserve to go to hell. But no, that's not how life works. No sin and no wrongdoing is too much for God. You can be redeemed, forgiven, and put back together, but you're going to have to be, the leader in the process. You're going to have to be proactive about it. You're going to have to start to believe that you deserve to be forgiven, that you deserve a second chance in life, and that you deserve, not to be in this self-inflicted, self-made prison that you have created for yourself, in order to make sense of all the things that went wrong in life. So now you don't need them and you're free. And you'll realize that you can have a fresh start in life in spite of all those things that you previously believed were like these shackles that will never let you free. But now you're free because you consciously realize, you consciously affirm that you deserve a second chance in life. Number 3 is not to care what other people thought of me. This is huge. A lot of us are so worried about what other people think of us without even realizing that they're not thinking about us. People are so busy with their own problems, their own issues, their own lives, so many things going on up here that they don't have the time or the space to think about you. There's a saying that if you knew how little other people thought about you, you would be insulted. So it's crazy to think that other people are so invested in your life that you're not trying to kill yourself, trying to prove yourself to them. It's crazy to think like that, but for some reason we do. And it's time for you to stop doing this. So the next time that you're so worried about what other people think of you, rest your mind in the fact that they're not even thinking about you. 90% of all these tens of thousands of thoughts that we have going on up here all day long are selfish thoughts that have to do with our own welfare and not anybody else's. And it's the same with every individual. So just stop your people pleasing, all these things that you're doing to prove yourself worthy, and just do you. Number 4 is to take more risks in life. I previously thought that life is all about being careful, careful with your money, careful with your words, careful with your reputation. But no, life doesn't work that way. Because the very nature of life itself is that it's in constant motion, it's in constant change. There are so many unknowns out there that it demands you to rearrange, just align yourself with this true nature of life and also your own true nature as a creature with all mind, body, and soul. And if you don't align yourself to this, truths of life, you'll be in a lot of trouble. Because if you think that you're going to go through life without taking risks, without somehow adjusting yourself to new demands and environments, you're not going to go far in life. If you're not willing to challenge yourself, if you're not willing to experience new things, get out of your comfort zone, the very things that brought you joy and happiness at some point in your life are going to bring you sadness and anger, the feeling of being trapped, being in a rut, because you're simply stubborn or unwilling to take the next step in life. You're afraid to take the next step that life demands. Because like I mentioned earlier, your own nature, your own natural inclination is to create. It's to keep on growing as a person, is to experience new things, come up with new things, and just have a vision for yourself that keeps on growing. And in order to do that, you need to take risks. That demands risks. Now, I'm not saying that you should lose all your hard-earned money on some scam or go to a dark alley where you don't know what's in there. No. This is calculated risks, the type of risks that that there is a possibility, it's not 100% that you're going to make it, but you consciously choose to jump on that opportunity. You choose to have faith on the positive outcome and you do it. But you are aware of the fact that whether you make it or not, you'll come out the other side either winning or learning something out of that experience. So if you want to start a business, do it. If you want to apply for that job, do it. If you want to write a book, do it. Don't wait until you feel like you are good enough, you have all the funds, you have all the skills, you have the help, blah, blah. Just do it, because life is short, guys. I have done it, and I have failed at some and succeeded at some. But whether I succeeded or failed at something that I tried, in the end, I was happy that I even tried, because most people don't even try. Don't be those people. Number 5 is change is inevitable, so learn to let go now. You know, this is the nature of life. Things are going to change. People are going to change. Circumstances are going to change. Sometimes dramatically, and your mind is just going to go, I don't know how to deal with this. So you have to be able to stand up on your own in a way that's going to help you to digest and overcome these events in your life without breaking down and losing yourself in the process. Sometimes when things are going well in our lives and we grow so attached to these things and these people, we find it so difficult to handle a situation, you know, where you don't have these things anymore, or these people decide to separate from you somehow, or it's a job title that you've had for years, or simply something that you thought was bound to happen and it didn't. And now you are in a position in your life where you have to let go of these things. It's better, it's wise for you to develop that emotional tenacity, you know, that lets you see that this is just the nature of life. This is how life is. Things change. I'm going to be experiencing this along the way, so it's fine. Number 6 is to believe in myself more. You know, all these thoughts of self-doubt, feelings of unworthiness, you know, not being good enough, have stopped me from doing certain things in my life in the past. But it's okay, because now I know. Now I know that I can achieve anything I put my mind to, literally, and it's like magic. It's that one missing piece in the puzzle where you feel like you have all these things that you need to achieve what you want, but there was just something off, and this is it. And start believing in yourself, and you start to see that the things that previously seemed so out of reach will be so close to you for you grabbing.